Welcome, everyone. This is Stay Treat number 15, and I can't remember when I started the special guest aspect of the Stay Treats, but I've had so much fun bringing in top quality people to share things that are related to the craft of writing and creativity. And I'm super stoked to have Cora Naylor with us today. She is a certified emotion code practitioner, a life coach, personal development junkie, and lifelong learner. I got you there. I'm a lifelong learner too. After her kids left home, Cora was ready to discover what was next for her. She'd worked a lot of traditional jobs as well as direct sales businesses over the years, but never realized the success she was hoping for. She knew that the issue was something within herself. After working with an emotion code practitioner, she realized that it was her emotional baggage that was holding her back. Cora now helps other women to easily release the trapped emotions that contribute to negative self talk, limiting beliefs, money blocks, fears, anxiety, weight issues, food cravings, and more, so they can move forward with confidence. Welcome, Cora. Over to you.
Thank you. Just give me 1 second to get this screen share going here. And I just want to get, okay, I'm not sure which way it's going to go. So we're just going to try this and there we go. Awesome. Thank you so much, Rusty, for having me here. And I'm actually enjoying the writing part a lot more than I thought I was going to. So maybe I'm a converted one. I don't know. Okay, so who here has ever sat down to write and then nothing's come, or you're feeling blocked? Or maybe you wanted to be a little bit more creative, or you've had trouble focusing while writing or getting distracted. All of these issues may be caused by emotional baggage. As Dr. Brad says, getting rid of your old emotional baggage may just bring you a new sense of balance, a new inner calm, and profound healing where nothing else has before. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to release your emotional baggage using the emotion code, which was developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson. It's a method of releasing negative trapped emotions through energy. Trapped emotions are harmful emotional energies from negative past events. Trapped emotions can cause sadness and anxiousness. Trapped emotions can block you from feeling love and happiness and make you feel disconnected from others. What we do want is more of the good emotions like joy, love, peacefulness, and calm. As you go through life, you collect emotions inside. And if you don't learn how to process them while you are experiencing life events, many people were taught to tamp it down, get over it when you're going through negative situations. Being taught how to deal with our emotions is not something we're normally taught. These emotions can affect you both mentally and physically. They may affect you immediately or much later in life, depending on what you're doing. I noticed that for me, a lot of my past emotions showed up when I started a new business and I was trying to get outside of my comfort zone. Emotions become trapped inside you as a ball of energy. Dr. Brad figures the average adult has around 200 or 300 trapped emotions. Many of these emotions can be from events that happened during childhood, especially with the ones to do with food cravings and stuff like that. And they come back and haunt you later in life. So even though you might be going through something now, it's something from your past that's really affecting what's going on. There are a number of ailments that can have an emotional component. And a couple of things I like to work on with women is a heart wall and a body wall. So heart wall is literally a wall of emotions that gets trapped around your heart from past traumas or heartache and makes it difficult for you to connect with others or have the relationships that you want. You can have a heart wall with the world in general, with yourself, with a specific person, or even current or potential clients. A body wall is a wall around your body that causes you to sabotage yourself in regard to how you see your body and your efforts to look after your body. things like how you eat and exercise and how you see your body in general. When I had my heart wall and also a hidden heart wall released, I noticed a big shift in how I felt about myself and how others interacted with me. Some kinds of problems can be physical and emotional. Here's a small sample of the types of issues that can also have associated trapped emotions. So things like allergies, digestive issues, sinus issues, depression, sleep issues, all of these can have some emotional component to it. Sometimes the emotions belong to you. Sometimes they're absorbed from someone else or even inherited, even from multiple generations back. And the cool thing is when you release those ones, even from multiple generations, they go back all the way. Everybody gets those emotions released. The good news is that you can easily release these emotions. And most people notice a feeling of more calm and lightness after these emotions are released. Releasing trapped emotions makes conditions right for the body to heal itself physically, and emotional difficulties often disappear or become much easier to handle. Dr. Brad created the emotion code chart. Contains 60 negative emotions. Each event you've had has one or more emotion attached to it. You can also have the same emotion trapped numerous times for different events. And each one of them has to be released separately. So you can't just go through the chart and say, just release all my anxiety or all my failure, whatever. You have to do each event, each time the emotion comes up, the event for that event. Your subconscious mind is like your hard drive, personal hard drive. It knows and remembers everything you've ever done and experienced and knows what you need. You just need to know how to access the information. You can find the trapped emotions in your body by using muscle testing. Muscle testing is a method of connecting with your subconscious mind. And there are a number of different ways to muscle test on yourself or on others. And one of the most common ones is called the sway test. The body will respond by swaying forward if you're holding positive thoughts, or the body will sway backward away from negative thoughts. So let's try it together. If you can, everyone wants to stand up. Make sure you're in a quiet place, which you are because we're all busy doing our writing here. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Place your hands by your sides. Close your eyes and focus on the instructions. The first thing you'll notice while you're standing there is that there's a little bit of movement going on all the time, perhaps back and forth or sideways. This is totally normal. Now I'd like you to think about war. Hold that thought in your mind while you're standing there. Think about all the people who have died, all the families that have been torn apart, all the tragedy, all the people that have been hurt. You should notice that as you're focusing on those thoughts of war, your subconscious mind connects with what your conscious mind is thinking, and your body will start to sway backward. That's your subconscious mind trying to recoil you, moving you away from that thought of war and negativity. It can take up to 10 seconds or so to happen. Your response gets quicker the more you do this type of testing. Next, clear your mind and instead think about love. Imagine you are a being of unconditional love, that your heart is a generator of unconditional love. Imagine there is so much love, your heart can't even contain all of it, and the extra goes out to fill the immensity of space. Imagine you love everyone unconditionally, no matter who they are, and you are receiving unconditional love. As you hold the thought of unconditional love in your mind, you'll find that your body sways forward toward the love, positivity, and beauty of that thought of unconditional love. This movement will again likely take up to about 10 seconds. Once you've received an answer for each exercise, you now have a baseline for using the sway test and can ask questions to the subconscious that have a yes or no answer. All right, you can sit down again. Here are some samples of other types of muscle testing. You can do this on yourself or another person, either in person or as a proxy for distance work, which is generally how I work with people. To work on another person, though, you do need to have their permission. It'd be fun to be able to go around and just do this on anyone because you can tell people that need it, but you got to ask if they do it first. And I generally do like the one that's on here, the ring test with my ring fingers. So if it's a yes, it just stays tight. And if it's a no, the fingers just slip through. But once you find the emotions, then you release them using a magnet and you're just swiping it over the meridian here goes from your nose to the base of your spine, and anywhere that you swipe on there, it's just like releasing the magnetic strip on a credit card, just releases the energy out into the air. After the emotions have been released, your body will need some time to process. It usually takes 1 to 3 days and is a bit different for everybody. Some people get a little bit emotional during that time or get some different kinds of dreams, or everybody's a little bit different. And it's not like you have to relive the event, but it does take some time to just get that out. So we're going to try it yourself, and I'm just going to read you a definition from Dr. Brad's book. There is a book, The Emotion Code. And one of the things that often blocks writers is the emotion of creative insecurity. So I'll just actually read the definition right out of the book here. It says, feeling unsafe or untrusting of the self about the creation or development of anything, including relationships, family, health, money, or professional or artistic endeavors. A feeling of insecurity that arises and blocks the creative process. Her writer's block was definitely being caused by creative insecurity. So just for future, if you guys want to try it on yourself, and you're about to, start a new project and you just need a little bit extra creativeness, you can do this on yourself. So just grab a magnet, and it can be any kind of magnet. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be a fridge magnet. And just say, ask yourself, do I have any creative insecurity for starting this blah, blah, blah project? And you can muscle test yourself, do the sway test or one of the other ones, and then take your magnets. I've got my actual emotion code chart is a magnet, and just swipe that 3 times over your head. So, there might be more to it than that, but that's one little jump start that you can work on yourself. So the different ways that you can do the emotion code again is, you can work with an emotion code practitioner, read the book, learn how to do it yourself, and you can do it on yourself, you can do it on other people, and you can even use it for animals. And even animals you can do from a distance. I worked on a lady's horse one time, and her horse is in Colorado, and I'm not in Colorado. But the nice thing is Dr. Brad's okay with it. Everyone's fine to read the book, learn how to do it on yourself. He just wants you to get certified if you want to charge money for doing it. And anyone can do it. You don't have to be intuitive or anything. Like, it's one of those things that we can all learn how to do. So did you hear anything useful that you can use today? Like I said, if you want to learn how to do this yourself, grab the book, give it a read, and try it out. I invite all of you ladies to join me for my virtual co-working group, which will be starting in October. So it'll be the first and third Wednesday of each month from 9 a.m. till 11 Pacific. So the format I'm looking at right now is to do a couple minutes of networking at the beginning, and then I'll release any blocks. You can let me know what you're going to be working on. I'll release some of those blocks. We'll all get busy and do some work off camera. And then we'll come back at the end and celebrate what you did. You can also get in touch if you want to grab a menu of the types of issues that you can use the emotion code for. It's pretty much anything you can think of, but I do have that. You can either email me directly at Cora@CoraNaylor.com or just reach out to me through my website or social media. So thanks so much for joining me here today, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Cora. All right, so open up for questions and answers, and we'll have you stop sharing. You can share that slide with me so that I can add it to the end of the video that I will create for you. And I'll make sure. So Macy, go ahead. Question.
Cora, thank you. First of all, well, I have to tell you, I never have writer's block, like never. So I'm one of the rare people. Like I'm living in like a Jasper John's imagination symphony. But my dog has got like a pituitary tumor and a bad vaccine reaction. So this magnet that you're talking about, like putting it across, and also sometimes I like binge eat on like sugar, cupcakes, sweet things when I've had a bad day. What types of magnets could the average Joe get?
Anytime, even a fridge magnet. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Yeah.
And
food cravings, or you want to be really specific. The more specific you can be, the better. Like you can't just say sugar.
It's lemon cupcakes, apple pies, and Papa John's pizza.
Yeah.
Those are the only things.
Yeah. And I do a little routine for that. It's super quick. I actually worked with a lady who has a lot of emotional eating issues, and she could not go into a store and not buy Milk Duds. And I did one really short session with her, and she's like, I couldn't believe it, Cora. She's like, I could walk in the store and just walk right past those things, and I don't even care. Like I'm not feeling deprived. Just doesn't even matter. So, and sometimes it might take a little bit longer if it's chocolate or bread, because there's so much emotion around those ones. It might take a couple more.
Well, a question for you though, why is it that we feel deprived if we can't have these certain goodies, like from your training experience?
You know what? Most of the food stuff is from oftentimes from in vitro. So it's stuff that we've absorbed before we're even born, or it's been inherited from generations back. So you don't even know where it's coming from. It's something so ingrained in you.
Would anybody like to go into a breakout room with Cora? And
are you doing any treatments on us today?
I can.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I'll open the room and I will assign Macy, and the room will open. So when Macy comes back, if I have another volunteer, can I send another one in? How many? Sure. And I'll send in Caroline then after Macy. and maybe 4 or 5 or whatever. Okay, so we'll just chat here, and I will open the rooms. You two can go to your breakout rooms, and then Macy, just come back to the main room, and I'll send Caroline in. So
how to go to a breakout room?
Yeah, I'll send you there when Macy comes back. So I'll
okay.
The message will come across on the screen. Join breakout room. Join the
okay. Thank you.
All right, no problem. So I have been doing the sway test for years. This one or whatever hasn't worked for me. I don't trust myself when I do this, but I can do the sway test. And was it ever different to do the sway test with the war and love? It was incredibly different to do that. Whereas I've done it before when I kind of test myself to see if I'm in the zone. I say, my name is Rusty, I'm leaning forward. My name is Donald Duck, and I like almost fall back. But it was so much more powerful to test it this way with the words love and war. Did anybody else have a real visceral experience with that? Virginia? Mare?
Yeah, I thought I was going to fall over with the war one. I was thinking, wow. Yeah, it was, and I've done it with, with someone else on kind of energy medicine, thing, and I could feel it then, but I really felt it this time. It was, you could really tell. So.
Yeah, for sure. And Ambika does something different. She did it with me when she said, "Sit down. You've been telling this story over and over and over again." And she did this in Estonia. And
Oh, that's different though, Rusty. That's
but it was different, yes. But I'm just sharing my experience. Don't you?
okay, but that's not the human pendulum thing I teach.
Yeah, well, I know. I said she does something. Okay, let's say not similar, does something, and really helped me get unstuck from a story, and gave me some power words that I can remember whenever I'm in this situation with this one person. I remember that I have laughing wisdom. I don't need to let this person affect me this way. So it was pretty powerful. Sandra, go ahead.
I have a comment about muscle testing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you want to try doing the hand method again, there might be a refinement. So the place where I learned muscle testing says that if I do the first and the second finger, they're on the same circuit. And so you might not be able to get an accurate answer this way. I do it this way. First finger, thumb and pinky. And I do it this way. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do it, but I can do a whole, so it's like, basically this is the test, right? And then I'm using this to do the pushing. So it's like, I can do a zillion tests this way, just like super fast, but because they're on different circuits, this will maybe give more reliable results. A lot of people do it this way and it works for them. But if this doesn't work for you, try it this way.
Okay, so the thumb and middle finger, because they're on different circuits, and then the fingers that you use to
No,
push
I'm
through.
using my pinky.
Oh, your pinky. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
then,
actually, it's better using the pinky because the pinky is weaker, so you don't have to use as much pressure.
okay, and then do you actually put the thumb and the index finger together?
I do it this way. A lot of people do this way. I don't do that. I just go eat. So it's like just pushing apart with my thumb and forefinger, but the test is happening on the left hand. Refine it, experiment, but
I will, because that I can do underneath the table when I'm with somebody, or
anytime.
You can't always stand up and go, okay, I'm Donald Duck.
Yeah. And in my experience, the sway test takes longer. So when I'm doing muscle testing, I may be doing like 100 tests in a couple of minutes. And so it's just like bam, bam, bam. And I can get it really super fast. The sway test, it just takes too long.
Oh, well, yeah, for the work that you're doing. But because I've been doing sway tests for years, I feel it in my own body. But I like this. I will practice that with the thumb and the finger.
Yeah.
Any other comments on Cora's talk?
Actually, she was teaching thumb and ring finger because the ring finger is also gentler, got less muscle. We use it to put our makeup on and work around our eyes because it's the most gentle finger of all to work with. So in any makeup classes that I used to teach when I was in makeup, we would always say to our clients, please don't use any finger other than your ring finger because it's got a much lighter touch and it has a much softer feel to it. Mm-hmm. You can feel it faster and you can feel it quicker.
Mm-hmm. Virginia, you had a comment?
Well, I was just going to say that's what our chiropractor does, is makes us use our little finger, our pinky finger.
Yeah, he does kinesiology and tests us with our pinky finger to see how strong we are, like he says, to see if we can pull it apart. Yeah, I was going to ask him about that.